is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley. I'm a second semester junior in nursing school, and I make videos about nursing school and fitness. For today's video, I'm doing a study with me. I've seen lots of videos like these, and I have a lot of exams coming up, so I thought I would show you guys how I'm preparing. I'm changing it up a little bit this semester. These are my first exams that are coming up. I don't know what to expect, but last semester I made Quizlets, and those are great. I actually still plan on making those because when I'm in bed or at the gym, it's very easy to just like do Quizlet. But I wanted to try out other forms of how to study. So last semester I made Quizlets, or I just wrote out like everything I needed to know. And I think that's a great form to study because writing really helps me memorize everything. And I have my iPad, which really helps save on paper and stuff. But this semester I kind of want to try something else out and kind of start making outlines. And I'm studying for my PEDS exam, which is a week from today. And then I also have an exam on Friday. And then I think that next Wednesday, after my PEDS exam, like the Wednesday the next week, I have an OB exam. So I have tons of exams coming up. The good thing about my school is that they try not to schedule exams in the same week. So that's really nice. I'd rather have them spaced out than have an exam, like all the exams in the same week. So I kind of wanted to show you guys how I plan on studying. It is 12 p.m. I just got out of class a little while ago and I ate some lunch, and I have like basically the rest of the day to study. If you guys want to see like how I kind of do my daily routine and stuff, I made a week in the life of a nursing student, a little day in the life of a clinical student, which was kind of clinical nursing student, but for clinicals that was kind of a fail. But in those videos I kind of show you guys how I plan out my day, so I have time to study, also work out, and then also work. So it is Monday. I have my exam in 1 week and I'm starting to prepare. We just had our last lecture, so like all the information we just learned is fresh in my mind. So I'm going to show you guys how I do it all. First, let me talk about my supplies actually and like where I study. So I think it's very important to have a place that you feel really comfortable studying and that you feel like nice and cozy. Especially with COVID right now, a lot of coffee shops and like the library and stuff is closed. Kind of figure out how you like to study, where you like to study. If you like studying in coffee shops, that's fine. I can't do it because it's too much noise and distraction for me, and I get distracted really easily. So I made like the cutest desk, and I showed you guys kind of how I set it up in my week in the life of a nursing student video, but I freaking love it. It's so comfy. I used to never sit at my desk, and now I sit here all the time. So I think that's a really key factor in studying, having a place that you feel comfortable in. I've got a candle back there. I also have a diffuser if I want to turn that on. And let me show you guys what I'm working with. So this is my desk. I have my laptop on this little computer stand, so my computer is at eye level. I have a keyboard and a mouse, so I'm not kind of like reaching up on my computer, so that really helps with the ergonomic of things and how I stay comfortable. I have a nice like comfy chair, which I can't really show because I'm sitting in it, but it has a little swivel so I can turn side to side. And so I use my laptop as well as my iPad to study. So like I said, in previous semesters I used to kind of write everything down on my iPad. And so for OB, I still plan on doing that, which I'm showing you guys how I'm studying for PEDS right now. This is like mostly memorization for this test for PEDS, but for OB, if you guys will see, I literally wrote down everything in my notes because OB is a little bit harder to study and there's a lot of new information. So I literally just wrote down everything. But for PEDS, what I plan on doing is here is our syllabus. So, or like the little calendar. So on here it has what we learned. So we only have 2 weeks of information on this test. And over here we have 2 textbooks. We have an ATI textbook and then we have like another textbook, but both of those I have virtual ebooks for. So I plan on using my iPad for my textbooks. So ATI has an app called ATI Go. It's very convenient and you can like look at it. I actually really like ATI books because they're straight and to the point. Oops. They're straight to the point and there's not like a lot of filler in it. And then our maternal and newborn textbook, I got that off of Vital Source. We use that textbook for OB and PEDS, if I can find it. but I have this app for it, and then I just have everything on here so I can zoom in and kind of use that. And I actually really like ebooks because I can use my iPad for them, as where I have a textbook for a world text for my med-surg class, and I just ordered a thing off Amazon, which might come in today's vlog, which I'll show you guys if it comes. Not today's vlog, like my study video. If it comes, I'll show you guys it, but it'll prop up my textbook just like this, because it's hard to like study if your textbook is laying flat on your table. So I've got that. And then I've always got my water here so I stay hydrated. I always get snacks. I'm gonna be here for a while, but I set up everything so I have everything that I need within arm's reach. There's no need for me to be like going other places or anything like that, which is also why I like being home, because if I'm at the library and I forgot something, I'm kind of like SOL. So enough chatting. I'm going to kind of walk you through how I plan on studying for this PEDS exam. So I kind of wanted to show you guys what my screen looked like on my computer and what I'm looking at before I kind of explain some more. So as you can see on the left here, I have GoodNotes open. This is what I use to take my notes. I use this on my iPad, and all of my professors upload their PowerPoints before class, so I just kind of annotate what I need to know. This really saves me time in class because I'm not worried about having to write down everything on the slide. I just have the slides right in front of me. If you don't have an iPad, another option is to just print out the slides and write on them like that. That works as well. And if you want to have them like half and half on your screen, you can just scan them onto your laptop. But that is what I have over here. And for GoodNotes, I kind of wanted to show you guys how I organize it real quick. So on my home screen, I have all my classes for the semester, and then I organized mine with outlines. So I have like my calendars up here, and then this is what I was showing you guys on my iPad, our weekly schedule, like what we need to read and stuff. And then I have my PowerPoint. So down here, if you guys can see, I have my infant, growth and development, toddler, preschool, school age, adolescent. I label all of those, so when I'm trying to find a certain PowerPoint, I can just go straight to it, and it's really fast. So I'm going to start off with this stuff. This is what we need to know first. I have lots of notes up here. And then on the right side of my screen, you guys will see my kind of Word document, which is my first time doing this, but I think it would be nice to try out. And I think, you know, always helpful to try out different studying methods. So I did start on this, but I wanted to show you guys kind of what my plan is. So up here I have introduction. That is for this first PowerPoint. This PowerPoint is kind of all over the place, so I'm just going to try and put in the important information, because a lot of the information is repeated later in our like other stages of development. So I'm just going to put in the important information, and then it gets more exciting whenever I get to like the actual stages of growth, because there's a lot more information. So I'm just gonna kind of time lapse me probably doing this for one PowerPoint, and then I'm gonna show you guys what I plan on doing after I'm done with all of this. Before I show you guys that time lapse, I wanted to elaborate more than just using the PowerPoint, because sometimes the information on the PowerPoint is not enough for me to understand, even though like most professors only test what's on the PowerPoint. I kind of need more information just for my general humanity. For some classes it depends. So that is when the textbooks come into hand. So like I said, the outlines have what we need to read. Honestly, I don't read before class. I just go over the PowerPoints before class, and that's it. So the books I'm going to use whenever I'm filling out my little study guide. So if I'm like, I kind of need more information, I'm going to go into the book and see what other information I can find. So I'm going to have those pulled up, so if I need to add extra information, then I easily can. These blue light glasses because I'm on the computer all the time at work for school, like literally all day every day, but I got these from Amazon and I really don't think they work, because once I put them on I get an immediate headache. So we're gonna take them off. But I just finished my infant stuff, so I want to show you guys how I plan on doing, like studying it throughout the week before my test with this little study guide that I made.
I want to say typing this out was so much faster than writing it, and obviously it depends on your learning style if you want to type or write stuff, but I think this looks pretty good. One benefit I do know with writing is that you can kind of do like columns, and I'm not good at Microsoft Word, so like up here I would love to have like more words over here, but I don't know how to do that, and I played around with it, you may have seen, but it just wasn't working for me, so that's fine. So I have all of my stuff for the introduction and the infant growth and development, and I will like annotate this on my iPad, add more color and stuff, but for now I like it like this. And now at this point, if you have an iPad, you can go ahead and export it to your iPad, or you can go ahead and print it out. So I'm going to put it on my iPad. I'm going to show you guys how I like doing that. So I go to, it might be different on a PC, but I go to print, and then I don't want to do all of the pages because like this last page is relevant, so I'm going to do page 1 to 3. That wouldn't matter otherwise, but I like to either save it as a PDF or open it in a preview, but I think if I open it in a preview it is a PDF. That way whenever I export it, whenever I export it to my iPad, sometimes like when I do Word documents it changes the format and I don't really like that. So I have it here in a PDF, and I just go ahead and airdrop that to the iPad. Let's switch over to my iPad screen. So this is my notes, my GoodNotes on my laptop. I'll go ahead and send that, open with GoodNotes, and I open it in the last page. And here I have my notes that I just typed up. And from here, I will go ahead and annotate it, add a lot of color, whatever I need to, write more stuff on here. And that is how I plan on, studying for peds.
Hi guys, so it's a little while later. I think these glasses are actually helping, but I'm going to take them off so that they don't reflect on the camera. It is 5:45 right now, and I finished everything. I did take a little of a break because I got my Nespresso machine, which was really exciting, and I went to go print something for one of my projects, which ended up being way too small, so I have to go back. I just finished typing up everything. Honestly, it didn't take that long, and I do know there's a way to like print the outline from a PowerPoint, but I'm very just particular, and honestly typing it all up is a way of me reviewing, so making sure I'm going through every PowerPoint slide. So I have a general gist of everything, but there's obviously things that I need to know, and I think what I'm going to do is go through the study guide I made, which I put it all on my iPad. I'm going to go through that and highlight stuff. I mean, this is how I study. This is the best way that works for me. Everyone's different obviously, but I think that using Quizlet like I did last semester, it won't be good because I will forget everything because I'm just kind of memorizing it. So this way, hopefully it gets ingrained in my brain somehow. So my goal with the highlighting is whenever I look at my thing, I can say, okay, I know this stuff, but I don't know this one. So I know exactly what I don't know and what I need to go directly to study. So that is what I will do. And then once I'm kind of done going through all of my notes, which I'm kind of done now, I will go ahead and go through the textbook end of chapter questions for both ATI and maternal newborn. So then I can kind of get a grasp of what kind of questions my professor might ask. And if I'm like, oh, I really didn't know that, I can kind of go over that in my notes again. So it's not perfect, but it's a good way to kind of test yourself to make sure you know what is going on. So that is what I will do. I don't really feel like recording that. I've been screen recording a lot of stuff this video, so I am going to go ahead and end it off here. So to recap, to study, I attend class, I take notes on my iPad, and then honestly, preferably, I did all this in one day after 2 classes, but preferably after class, I would go ahead and type up those notes. And then the week before the test, I will go through and annotate the study guide I made, add important information, whatever I need to do. This is also a good way if you want to make a study guide like this and then kind of write on it. So make it directly from the PowerPoints before class starts. then during class kind of write on it and add more information. It's really up to you, but I like clean looks, and I want to look at this at the end of the semester to study for my final exam as well. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you guys want to see more nursing school content as well as fitness content, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.